I'm going to create a video on how to request boat stickers using eUnify. I have a script to follow so that I can do this in a systematic way that everyone can understand. Uh, so to request a boat sticker, you have to gather some information before you start. Well, first of all, you need an eUnify login. eUnify is our portal, our residence portal. You would find eUnify by typing in your browser lhpoa.eunify.net. That would bring you to eUnify, Lake Heritage Property Owners Association brand of eUnify. Now, if you don't have an eUnify login, there's a quick, less than 5 minutes YouTube video right in the middle of our homepage for you to follow. And our homepage, you'd have to enter lakeheritage.org. So this is our website. This is where the video is to get to understand how to get a login, and this is our portal. So they're not quite the same thing. This is the website. This is for everybody on the planet. This is the portal. This is only for residents of Lake Heritage, members of the association. Now, to do this, we created a fictitious boat owner, and the boat owner's name is John Fishing Point. He's a member of the LHPOA, and he wants to request boat stickers. Sometimes we use boat permits, boat stickers, but the purpose of the video is to show you how to get boat stickers. Now, John has a login to eUnify. His login is Fishing Point username and password ABC123. Now, one of the things that John will need to do is he will need to have a scan of his boat registration. For argument's sake, we're going to say he has a power boat. If he didn't have a power boat, that is a boat without any motor, he would use a bill of sale. If it's a little boat like a kayak, a rowboat, and there really is no bill of sale, they will still issue stickers, but they will not issue a sticker without a registration if the boat has a motor, even a trolling motor. A motor is a motor is a motor. Now, before John goes ahead and tries to do this online, let's see where his registration is. What does it look like? And what I have here is I have a typical Pennsylvania boat registration, and of course the most important thing is the number, the registration number. But as you see, there's a name, an address, etc. It doesn't quite match John Fishing Point, but that's because I was able to get this registration online. I will, however, use the registration number that starts with the PAZ. I'll be using that. So for now, I know where it is. It's on my computer's desktop, uh, and I will eventually have to come back here and make sure that the server gets a copy of this. So right now, I'm going to dispense with this. We're kind of done. Let's bring up the script again. And John has to know a few things before he's able to request stickers. Each boat, each has two stickers, and he has to know what kind of boat it is. Possibilities are right here: powerboat, kayak, canoe, paddle boat, etc. The lower boats, the boats under powerboat, generally don't have a motor. They might, like a sailboat, might have a motor. A rowboat might have a motor, and if it does, then you need a registration. But if it doesn't, then no registration is required. Incidentally, if a boat does have a registration, if it's a power boat, every year that you request stickers, you have to refresh the registration. That is, you would have to give the office, you'd have to send the office by means of eUnify the registration. This is not true with a boat without a motor. If there's no motor on the boat, a canoe only has paddles, kayak has paddles, paddle boat has pedals, no. All as you would do is you would just once send the bill of sale. That's if it exists. and just once. You wouldn't have to do it year after year after year. John would have to know the length of the boat. It might be 18 feet long, 17, 20. He would have to know the horsepower. Is it 15, 20, 25, 50 horsepower? What's his horsepower? He would have to know the color of the boat. He would have to know the registration. Now, that's of course if it's a boat with a motor that has a registration. And I have it here for easy access. And I have, if you want to go over it, these are the rules of the road for the state of Pennsylvania. But pretty much what I told you, if it's a motorboat, a boat with a motor, you need a registration. If it's some kind of boat without a motor, you won't. That is, of course, for the purposes of Lake Heritage, to be compatible with all of the bylaws that regarding boats on the Lake Heritage. The state will generally be Pennsylvania, although John could have a boat registered in Virginia or Maryland. Most people, however, it will be the state of Pennsylvania. Now, how will John get the stickers? Okay, after John goes through the process, online process of requesting stickers, okay, he'd have to wait about 24 to 48 hours. Okay, remember the office doesn't work weekends. Okay, 24 to 48 hours, and then that would give the office time to generate these stickers. Now, the beauty of this process, the benefit of going online, of doing this online, is that it eliminates paper, completely eliminates paper, and it probably is going to eliminate one trip to the office just to pick up the forms to request stickers. So that's not in the mix. And also, the office staff really doesn't enter into data themselves. They save time because you're the one entering the data. They just capture your data and they put it in their database. So they don't have to take a piece of paper and then open up their database and do data entry. See, that's eliminated. So there's tremendous savings in terms of time and also in terms of material. Okay, let's see what John has to do. Of course, he has to open up a browser, so I'm going to do that now. I happen to be using Chrome, Google Chrome. I could use Safari. I could use Internet Explorer. I could use Microsoft Edge. Just about any browser will work. I happen to have a link. No. Okay, so I'm going to have to follow my own advice and put in lhpoa.eunify.net. And that will bring us to the portal. And I just put enter, and we should be in the portal momentarily. And here we are. Now, because I've used this, and I said to the browser, please remember my password, please remember my login name, they have this feature. Not every single browser has this, and not everyone wants to set the browser so that it remembers passwords and login names. But I said yes. I think it's a tremendous savings of my time for the computer to remember it. And then once I put in the login name and the password, I have to hit login now because that's what I want to do. And there we go, login now. Now, this brings us to the home page. This would be John Fishing Point's home page. We see where he would live, and he doesn't owe any money. But this is the purpose of this video is, well, how do you ask for boat stickers? And it's going to be a request. Right here, this line, requests. And John has 8 outstanding requests. So this would be request number 10. Okay, so I'm going to click on this link, View and Add Resident Requests. And then as I look at this, they're all boat information requests. I want to add a new one. So I click right in the center of the plus sign, Add New. And that brings up a box, and this is the business end of the video. This is how we're going to ask for a sticker. So if we look at the pull-down menu, the only thing that makes any sense whatsoever to get boat stickers would be boat information. So I'm going to go boat information. Certainly nothing else really makes much sense. Now, I have to know, I'm going to say for argument's sake that John has a power boat and it's a motorboat. Now, there are other possibilities which I'll show you and I spoke about before. You might have a sailboat, rowboat, a kayak, a canoe. But in his case, he's going to have a motorboat. Okay, so I'm going to say the length of the boat is 18 feet, and that's that. I'm going to say the horsepower is 25 horsepower. I'm going to say the boat is white and green. The registration I'll get off I'll do a cut and paste from information I had. I'm going to do I'm sorry, copy and paste. I'm going to copy this. This is the number. Now, of course, if I wrote it down on a sheet of paper, I could just put it in like any text, but I'm just going to paste it in and save me a little bit of time. I'm going to say the state is PA, it's Pennsylvania. Now, this is probably the trickiest part. What I have to do is choose a file. That is, where is the file with the registration? Now, if you remember at the beginning of the video, I said, well, the boat registration was on the desktop. Now, it doesn't have to be. It could be in the documents folder. It could be in the download folder. It could be almost anywhere, but you have to know where your scans are, where it is, because you're going to have plenty of time. You won't be doing a video, quick. So, but you do have to have a scan of the registration, and you have to know where is that scan. I know that mine is on the desktop, so let me go there, and I'm going to go to desktop. I'm going to look for boat registration, and I just kind of scroll down, and I see it's right here. And as soon as I click open, it'll actually transfer a copy of the boat registration from my desktop on my laptop to the server, to the eUnify server. And that is the most critical and probably the hardest thing for most people. So I click open, and open actually initiates the process of giving the server a copy of that registration. So I'm going to say open. At this point in time, everything is complete for him to get a request. There is no submit button. There's no submit, but rather you save. Once you hit save, you're done. Okay, the office in 24 to 48 hours should have processed your request, and the boat sticker should be waiting for you. Of course, if you have another boat, you just repeat the process for the other boat. And that concludes the video.